I'm Giovanni Gallucci for Xtrain.com, and we're talking social media. Specifically in this class, we're going over video and images on the web. And in this chapter, which is chapter 4, we want to talk about video sharing. One thing that's really important is that, to recognize this is looking at some of these numbers is to know that, you've got very high usage across all these networks. So if we look at, YouTube and MySpace who are, essentially, you might look at them and think they have nothing to do with each other. 90% of the users that use YouTube also use MySpace. And so you look at opportunities now to where if I go in and I'm using some of my techniques within MySpace and within YouTube, I'm starting to reinforce and starting to get my brand involved in some nurture marketing so that I'm putting my brand in front of people in multiple places where they, maybe didn't expect it to happen. And again, when you're talking about guerrilla marketing, the cost to entry of this stuff in most cases is labor. You don't have the huge, production costs and things of that. There are some costs involved when it comes to buying cameras and things like that, but they're minimal when you think about traditional media. I want folks to go out and look at the opportunity you have to take social media campaigns that you put into blogs and things like that and embrace social video at the same time and find ways to tie them in. The previous chapter we talked about photo sharing. If you were, Travelocity as an example, and I don't know that they did a contest where they did that with the roaming gnome. That was just something that just kind of came off the top of my head, and I did a search on Flickr for roaming gnome, and sure enough, there was several hundred pictures of people with their roaming gnomes in different parts of the world. So let's say that you went and you took a blog for the roaming gnome and you were Travelocity, and not only do you talk and have a humorous blog about where the realm is and what his experiences are throughout the web, but during those blog posts you can mention that, hey, I'm in Paris this week, so if you go to the Travelocity website and type in roaming gnome for a trip to Paris, you get 10% off. I mean, there's an opportunity to have a call to action that provides value that can actually ring the register. Let's tie that into Flickr and do the same thing there within the photo sharing contest you might have, and then also tie it into a video sharing website. Obviously, folks are going and traveling with their video cameras. In most cases, even when people are on vacation, they're taking laptops with them. They are staying at hotels that have high-speed internet connections. That's all you need to be able to go and take a short video clip from your vacation, stick a gnome on the shore of the Rhine River, and videotape it, have somebody doing something goofy in the background, upload it to a video sharing site, and then enter it into the contest. It's a great way for Travelocity to extend its brand, to create good vibes with the user community, and also ring the register because you may have someone enter the contest that once they enter the contest they get an email that gives them a coupon code for their next trip, and then Travelocity has got those people's email address all of a sudden that they can use for future marketing efforts. And make sure that you utilize or leverage the shift in content from portal sanctioned content. When I talk about that, what I'm talking about is pre-approved, PR approved, legal approved commercials and advertising. Obviously, you can't go too far because your brand has got to be protected. Leverage the fact that when we look at what's going on the web, content is shifting towards consumer-generated content. It's like a tidal wave. It can't be stopped right now. I don't know how long it'll go. I don't know if it's a fad or not. I was sure that back in the 80s that my members only jacket was going to last forever, but it didn't. Even though I'm still holding on to it, I hope that it comes back in style. But when it comes to consumer-generated content right now, it's hot. You want to make sure you're leveraging that because you can't argue with the return on investment when it comes to generating these contests and these marketing campaigns is phenomenal. Some other opportunities, specifically, I want to talk about Microsoft and their Soapbox platform. Again, this Soapbox is a platform that right now it's in beta. It's what Microsoft is putting out there to be an answer to YouTube. A lot of great functionality, social networking components, and things of that nature. But one thing you want to look at is when you're talking about Soapbox, if you decide to go in there and get into that platform, you're also getting yourself involved in a platform that is rich with other advertising opportunities. So don't just look at, we're going to go and launch this on Soapbox and we're going to launch videos and comment on stuff and that's going to be it. You're talking about having the entire MSN advertising network available to you now. So if you have a advertising campaign within Live.com's advertising network, that's going to tie into the affiliate websites that look at that content, and you can go and narrow that down to specific geographic locations, demographics like age groups, male, female, things of that nature. And then you can also look at other opportunities like, you know, in having your video show up in the advertising space for like an instant message application or MSN for autos or something like that. So when you look at these applications, do a little bit of research. And when I say applications, I mean websites. Do a little bit of research, and if you're going to deploy something on YouTube, find out that YouTube is owned by Google. Well, good gravy. Google is an advertising company if it's anything. They like to tell us they're a search engine, but they're an advertising company. And they have amazing opportunities, not only within the YouTube network where you can go and purchase a channel and you can actually deploy a marketing channel inside of YouTube. You can buy packages where your advertisements show up all over the YouTube website, where your advertisements show up, you know, what they're testing right now with doing inline advertising dynamically. You can have ads show up before and after videos. Obviously on the Google website, I mean, there's huge opportunity there. So, you know, don't focus only on social media and pigeonhole yourself into, we're going to create a video. Look at other ways that you can tie other social networking and social media websites and properties into this so you can get the most bang for your buck.